Hi, I'm Vienna. I'm here with HyprMX at Pocket Gamer Connects 2026, and I'm with Stan from Smartie Pants. Thank you so much for joining us. So I know that you've been in mobile for over a decade, starting at HyprChats to co-founder and CEO at Smartie Pants. Was there a specific kind of gap in the market that pushed you to build something at Smartie Pants?
Absolutely. We started the company about 7 years ago with the clear idea of giving developers some more tools, some flexibility, some control over their ad stack, because back then everything was skewed towards the advertisers. So we felt we needed to do something on the publisher side to really help them and to give them that type of weight when it comes to not only discussions with networks, but also with regards of them setting up their advertising stack. So this was the main goal we had back then, and I think we did a good job because we've been doing this ever since. And yeah, this continues, I feel, to be a very hot topic in the industry because advertisers usually are big, large companies, and developers have to fend for themselves. So they need someone to really help them in that fight, let's say.
That's great. And if you had to describe monetization in 2025 in one word, what would that be?
I would still say the word would be evolution or evolving. For the past few years, we've seen many things happen in this niche, including and most specifically the real-time bidding situation that's been happening. And I feel this trend is continuing even more so today with the inclusion of AI and all of those types of tools, programmatic, that are there to help developers. But I do feel that there's still so much more to happen, including on the privacy front, and in particular with the intersection of where a good and stable CPI meets a good and high enough eCPM for the developers. So yeah, this has been a main focus for us, and is going to be a main focus for us, not just for this year, but for the next couple, to really help developers get to that space. And I feel, evolution would be a good enough description of that.
Where would you say ads are really working right now, and why?
I would say on a more broader level, ads are working when they are displayed to the right person, to the right user at the right time. I wouldn't go into too much specifics on which geo or which network are performing best, but for me, one key takeaway in the last few years was that there's so much potential for developers to really increase their advertising revenue if only they had the right strategy to really push that intersection I mentioned between a good enough and low enough CPI versus the high CPM. And that intersection really happens when you manage to capture those users, to capture that moment where you show the right user, the right ad for them.
Mm-hmm. Would you say that there is a monetization myth that you see developers are still holding on to, and how do you suggest they rethink it?
Sure, yeah. Something we've seen in the last few years, and I think it's still sticking, is that the myth that adding ads within your titles will inherently drive players away and decrease player retention, increase churn. This is something that we've actually been working towards fixing, and it's no coincidence that in the last few years, really the free-to-play model was the one dominating the market. So there's plenty of opportunities for developers to really get the most out of the advertising and not jeopardize overall app performance. It's just a matter of how you do it, and you should have the right optimization strategy, the right tools, and it can happen.
Mm-hmm. That's great. And one thing we keep hearing this year is how differently mediations are performing. What's actually driving those performance gaps, and what's working and what isn't, in your opinion?
Right, yeah. Well, it's a very straightforward reason, I feel. The mediations typically are set very differently. They have different tools. The providers are different. The way the providers fill impressions are different. Some have a bidder in one mediation than are in a waterfall in the next. So it's only typical that performances are different, campaigns are different as well, so that's the most important reason for those differences. And leading back to everything I said thus far, it's a matter of being able to really segment your users in a way where you show the highest potential ad to any given user from your apps. And this is actually what we've been doing. It's personalization will be another keyword going forward. It's already one. So I feel that with the right ad optimization strategy, being able to really personalize your ad experience, that intersection between high CPIs and eCPMs will be closed, and developers will go back to being able to really count on the ads rather than be afraid that they wouldn't be able to have them work.
And lastly, do you have any final tips or insights for studios that are mapping out their 2026 monetization strategies?
Absolutely. I feel there's been this, again, it's another myth, but ad optimization, ad strategy typically is not a set it and forget it type of deal. I feel developers should not underestimate ad optimization. They should, even now in this day and age where AI is driving everything, there's so many tools they can use in order to boost their performance, to really personalize their ad traffic and show the highest performing ads towards each user. So if I had to give them some suggestions, it will be this cliche to just keep experimenting, keep testing new things, A/B test anything they can, focus on the overall picture, not just the ad ARPDAU or such metrics, but maybe LTV, ARPU, and yeah, I feel it's going to be a good year for the app business.
Awesome. Thank you so much, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.